is going to go to dual enrollment. They won't be able to, they won't be able to make achievements that high, not everybody. So, here's how credit recovery works. Let's say that I'm taking Math 10, and I, for whatever reasons, I was not able to pass the class, but I fell within, say, 5 points. I made a 65. We have programs where you can go in and set where you are on the computer, and when you reach a passing grade, what is that, Joel? Do you remember what credit recovery passing 80 or something? On the computer, I don't remember what that is.
I don't know.
But anyway,
70.
70. So anyway, when they reach that point and they get credit for that class, they didn't have to not graduate or have to not go on, to next year or whatever, have to retake the class. They can achieve that. And, another way to meet student needs. So that's all I have for the presentation. I think that we do a lot of very positive things as a whole in our county. Again, I can't take credit for a lot of those things, but I'm involved in all those things in some way or another. So.
I have a motion and a second.
Wait a minute, there's a question.
I'll just, before I ask you, in this process, I have a lot of people asking about these that we are able to offer right now because of our budget situation. And I know that the Nestwater Foundation is starting to be able to offer some online classes for foreign languages and things like that. Are you looking into anything like that as far as being able to incorporate, like you were talking about, dual enrollment, things like that? Being able to expand the electives that the kids are gonna be able to be offered in the near future? I know that started out in Upper East Tennessee for rural counties, and it's worked its way across the state. Now even McMinn County is participating in that some. Are we looking at anything like that?
So I can tell you that Dr. Lanning and I met this week, and that's one of the things that she wants to do is offer high school electives in her program. But that's as far as I've got with that, but we're gonna be doing that through her program.
Further questions? Roll call, please.
Robert Cole.
Yes.
James Davis.
Yes.
David Wood.
Yes.
David Wood.
Yes.
Carmen Martin.
Yes.
Stan Howard.
Pass.
Jason Lamb.
Yes.
Sean Pritchett.
Yes.
Mark Williams.
Yes. Item number 2, discussion action regarding approval of Chilhowie Middle School football coach. What's the pleasure of the board? Move approved. Got a motion? Second.
Wait,
Jason, second.
Mr. Chair,
Yes.
the salaries on these now, will this be the same as the head basketball coach at the middle school, or what's the, is there a salary?
Again, that's what I heard.
What is your salary as coach? I'm thinking it was.
I'm dead serious, I really don't know.
I think it's 2,500. We agreed last time it would be whatever the basketball coaches would.
And non-school personnel, they're going to do this, they have to go through the TSSAA training.
They do.
Program.
They do, and they have to have 5 years experience as a coach.
Thank you.
Any other questions? Roll call, please.
Robert Cole.
Yes.
James Davis.
Yes.
David Wood.
Yes.
David Green.
Yes.
Carmen Martin.
Yes.
Stan Howard.
Yes.
Jason Lamb.
Yes.
Sean Pritchett.
Yes.
Mark Williams.
Yes. Item number 3, discussion action regarding approval of overnight trip for the Polk County High School girls basketball to MTSU for the state tournament. What's the pleasure of the board?
Make motion to approve.
Second. approved, so. Questions? Roll call, please.
Robert Polk,
Yes.
James Davis.
Yes.
David Goode,
Yes.
David Green,
Yes.
Coleman Hart,
Yes.
Stan Howard,
Yes.
Jason Lamb,
Yes.
Sean Pritchett.
Yes.
Mark Williams.
Yes. Item number 1 on the addenda. Discussion action regarding approval of additional invoices. They're listed on the next page. What's the pleasure of the board?
Move to approve.
Second.
Got a motion and second. Are there questions?
Yeah,
Second page.
we have special ed students,
Oh, okay.
we have to send.
It covers that. Yeah, let's just flow through. Are there any further questions? Roll call, please.
Robert Polk,
Yes.
James Davis.
Yes.
David Goode,
Yes.
David Green,
Yes.
Coleman Hart,
Yes.
Stan Howard,
Yes.
Jason Lamb,
Yes.
Sean Pritchett.
Yes.
Mark Williams.
Yes. Dropping straight down to the informational, item number 1, Mrs. Hill to address the board regarding cell phone policy. Ms.
I
Hill.
don't know if Ms. Hill is here or not. I don't know.
She backed out. Item number 2, Pam Heinman to address the board regarding athletics. Hello, Coach.
Come on down.
Are you talking to me about this? Okay. There's been discussion about the handbook that I wrote probably 4 or 5 years ago that you all had a copy of before it went into operation. And one of the things that seems to be a problem is that there is a stipulation in there for a student athlete to participate in athletics. They have to have an 80 or above in every class. Now, Dr. Jones has expressed to me that he's fielded many a phone call by angry parents because their child has a 68 in math. And we just had baseball tryouts, and the first day of practice we only had 6 players eligible because report cards or progress reports came out the day before. However, when they realized when they brought that sheet to me that they were not going to be allowed to play, in particular one example was I had a 7th grade student had a 68 in math the day the first practice happened. Lo and behold, the next day I get a note from the teacher, he has a 92. So, because he turned all his work in. There's a couple middle school teachers in the room and they'll tell you they love the policy simply because they get their work. If they're gonna be an athlete in Chilhowie Middle School, it's very important for them to understand they're a student before they're an athlete. And it's not that the grade of 80 is something they cannot achieve, even a student who struggles. Because I will say to the teacher, if they're below the 80 mark, is this the best this kid can do? I have a 6th grade baseball player. He is ecstatic he made the team. He runs around carrying a bat all day long nearly. He is absolutely over the charts ecstatic. This is gonna be really good for him. He can't maintain an 80 because he struggles to read. But his parents won't go through the paperwork to get him a 504 or an IEP. So therefore, I'm not gonna punish that child when this teacher says he's turning in every paper, he just can't pass the test, she signed off on him, I'm gonna let him play. So the 80 is not a hard and fast rule, it's a motivator for these kids to have to sit out if they don't do their classroom work. An 80 simply means in the middle school that they're there, they turn in their work, they do their makeup work if they have to be absent, and they understand the concept of being a student before they're an athlete. So there's where I'm coming from with the 80 in the policy.
So, answer this question for me, you did that or not, but I'm gonna.
Okay.
So, if my name's Little James, and Little James has a 78 because he didn't turn in his homework today, can Little James bring that homework and bring his grade up to an 80 even today or tomorrow? It's not set every 6 weeks, every 4 weeks. It's a very fluid.
Yeah, once they go below 80, as soon as it gets to 80 or above, they're reinstated. There's no 2-week waiting period. There's none of that. However, some parents get upset because their little James gets thrown in ISS for fighting in the bathroom. And little James is 3 days in ISS. He misses 3 practices and 3 games. So little James better wanna hit that kid really bad, okay? Because there are stipulations in there to stop the fighting. And if you do the statistics, you will understand that in the middle school, since this has been input into our curriculum, we've had less incidents of that. So, they are reinstated immediately once they turn the work in.
But you always check with all
Yes.
flow with that
Yes.
subject teacher and you and her
Yes.
liaison on the facts of that.
The fact remains that I have very few middle school coaches that are working in the middle school this year, so I am the go-to person. My baseball coach is out of middle school, my boys basketball coach is out of middle school, my soccer coach is not in middle school, I mean, you just go on and on. So I check every single report card and progress report of every athlete in the middle school. So I'm in contact with these teachers constantly, every day on Skype, every day by text. Are they there yet? Are they there yet? I had 3 Skypes today, qualifying 3 more baseball players because they turned their work in from over the weekend. So it's that simple. Speaking from a teacher perspective, I would prefer you leave it at 8, otherwise we're not gonna get any grade.
Any further questions for Ms. Hyde?
I kind of have a problem with that. It's not really up for voting.
No, I just had questions if you, Jason's got a
I
question.
kind of have a problem because I was that kid that struggled. I love football. Everybody knows me, knows I love football to this day. I done the best I could. And an 80 was put in place for me, I probably wouldn't have never played football. And there are several teachers that can tell you, Deborah Williams being one of them, I went every day to see Deborah Williams before I went to football so she could help me in all the subjects and try to get my grades up. It wasn't something that I was proud of, but it's something that I think may hold a lot of kids back. And this may be something that, you know, the kids look forward to, and it might be the only thing that keeps them out of trouble is that sport. So that's part of the problem I have with it, and I fielded some phone calls about it too. But personally, that's the situation I would have with it as a student athlete myself.
Informational reading specialist update, school safety.
Right, a couple of things.